Awesome. Hello, everybody on YouTube. Thank you for being here. There's a little bit of a delay, so give me just a moment while I work on figuring out the details. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be able to be doing this. So welcome. I am recording my Unique Beauty and Meditation podcast and figured I would live stream that recording and share it with you people here on YouTube. So if you join me and you want to leave a comment below, let me know how you're receiving this. That would be great. I'm excited about this topic. So let me just get my Zoom set up to record this. Can I not record it? Yes, baby. And just as a caveat, I'm working with some new technology and I'm home with my kids. So if there's interruptions, that's why. Now bring it here. I can't record at the same time. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I can. There we are. Okay, just had to find it. There you go, baby. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the podcast. So thank you for joining this podcast today. And I'm excited to share. I'm also live streaming this on my YouTube channel as I record this. So I got to love the technology of Zoom today. So let's take a moment to celebrate that. And as I've shared with my peeps on YouTube already, I'm recording this at home in my living room. So you'll hear ambient noise of house living, kids and shows and what have you. That's life. I'm excited to share this podcast with you today. It was something that came up after my own personal meditation practice this morning, and it feels important to share. I wrote this. The whole notion is about breathing and allowing. And I wrote this afterwards. So I'll share the piece that I wrote and then talk a little bit more about where it came from and how it could inspire us in life afterwards. So this is called Breathe and Allow. There is something powerful about allowing things to change, taking a moment to acknowledge, what if there is another way? Or what if I get to do this or be this? Sometimes it requires us to be open to what that looks like for who we are today, not who we expect ourselves to be down the road. Often we resist change, holding a perfect picture of what a successful change would look like, then turning from it when it isn't that way. There is something beautiful about the process of breathing, pausing, and allowing the simple baby steps in a new direction. Let's look at the yeah buts. Yeah, but I can't sit still long enough to meditate. Okay, so don't sit still. Walk in nature, run, listen to a meditation during your private yoga session at home. You're still infusing your life with the intentions of that meditation. Yeah, but I fall asleep when I meditate. Okay, then fall asleep. Listen to the meditation as you fall asleep. You're still infusing your life with the intention of that meditation. Maybe your body and your mind need to rest for your spirit or your subconscious to open up. Maybe down the road, you work at staying awake during your meditations. Yeah, but I don't have long enough to journal for long journaling sessions. Okay, so make them 3 words long. First word represents where you are currently. The second word honors your simple intention. And the third word celebrates your value or your capability. Whatever it is, breathe and allow a simple step forward. One of the principles of Reiki is just for today. This notion, when infused as a life, or this notion, when embraced as a life influence, allows us to be who we are today and do what we can do today. It helps us carve out the smaller moments versus taking on the bigger picture all at once. When we breathe, pause, and allow change to slowly infuse into our life, I think it anchors it deeper into our reality. Slowly and simply taking one step at a time. We are not who we once were. We are not yet who we will become. Let's stay here and honor who we are today and not live out of the suitcase of expectations of who we were or what we shall be. So that was what I wrote after my meditation today, and I wanted to share that. And so often when we're here now, but often we live in who we once were, and we know where we want to go, but we're not there yet. And we expect ourselves to be there, and we miss that beautiful in between of the journey. The destinations are just simple points along this beautiful experience we get to have that's called the journey. So if we can stop and enjoy, okay, this is one step that I can take to change in this direction that I am being called to move. One of the reasons that sparked this, one of the notions that sparked this writing in this podcast was that part of, yeah, but I fall asleep when I meditate. I have been recently in my own meditation practice, I've been doing the original Lightworkers meditation. And I've been using it as a way to connect to a higher power that I celebrate, and to connect to that higher power on an individual soulful basis. When I've started doing this meditation on a regular basis, I think I've done it maybe 4 or 5 times so far in this current patch of process. In 3 of those, I've fallen asleep. One was in the morning, some have been at night, and I've fallen asleep often. And I found myself, maybe I'm not meant to do this meditation at this time. Automatically, nope, I'm not meant to do it. But I kept doing it. Okay, I'll fall asleep to it. I'm tired, I'll fall asleep. I'll let that happen. And I've noticed a pattern that even though I'm not necessarily conscious during the meditation, it is slowly infusing those intentions into my life. I reconnected with a prayer or an intention that I used years ago that came up when I was going through my notes. And I pulled that out, and I'm using that more. And my other meditations or my other work feels like it's influenced in different ways. So I can see where this meditation has influenced my life to honor that purpose that I started this meditation, the original Lightworker meditation, to connect with a higher power. Now, your intention may be completely different for your meditation. It may be peace. It may be openness. It may be to connect with your intuition, whatever it is. If you fall asleep during the meditation, that's okay. So that was one of the notions that I had in my brain this morning. And I sat down and I did my meditation in the morning, and it wasn't that meditation, but it was going to be. I was going to sit down for a good 45 minutes to an hour and do all this beautiful meditation. It didn't happen. That's okay, because I still did some of it. Today, those are the steps that honor me, so I can allow that. So when you're looking to implement change, maybe do it little by little. I was having a conversation with a friend earlier. We often connect and collaborate on, it's actually Danielle Graham, who I do the Uniquely Divine Conversations podcast with. You can find that on by looking up Uniquely Divine Conversations on YouTube. Or if I remember, I'll put it in the link below the description. But this is new technology, so I'm figuring it all out. So I was chatting with her, collaborating, talking about some stuff. And one of the notions that came up when we were talking was a flower as it's blooming. Like if you think of a rosebud, you can't force the rosebud open. You can't pull the rosebud open without destroying the bloom. We're the same way. We're meant to open up one petal at a time to new ideas. Allow that nurturing, growing process. So very cool. So let me know in the comments below, does this sit with you with certain notions in your life? Does this spark any ideas or inspirations in your life? Or does it maybe gently call you out a little bit? Share in the comments below, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's in the podcast comments. You can find me on social media, Unique Beauty and Meditation, Facebook, Instagram, and you can share it there. Or find me on my website. Would love to hear from you and how this hits you. So we're going to finish off today by pulling a color card. This is the Ina Segal color card deck. I love this deck. I've worked with it for years. If you've witnessed any of my work, colors are a huge part of what I do within the energy work, the intuitive work, and as in the meditations. So we're going to pull a color. to help honor this topic today. Right over here, magenta. Again, we have a picture of a flower on here, and I love the up close pictures of the flower because I feel like that honors that notion of that bud. And I promise I did not. You heard me shuffle like 3 times. That notion of opening up to change that's healthy for us and it has a positive influence on our life, one petal at a time. That's all we need is one petal at a time. The magenta also honors that as we incorporate that change in our life, to welcome a little bit of that inner knowing, welcome a little bit of that self-love in your journey. Pause, open your mind, be aware of seeing beyond your current box and care for yourself in the process. And for those that are listening on the podcast versus watching a video, you can find this picture on my Facebook page if you want to see it, but it's a magenta flower and we get to see up close into it, to the inner part of the bud that's not quite opening. And then we also get to see some of the petals that are opening. So how's this magenta color hit you today? Does it inspire you to honor yourself as you embark on infusing your life with some intention and some change? If you could use any support or you want to learn more about how we could work together to explore these notions deeper for you, feel free to connect with me. You can find my website in the comments. I'm going to put my dot link so that you can see all the things. And thank you for taking the time to watch this and to listen to this wherever you're finding this. I'm so excited, all this new technology for all these great things. And as always, have a uniquely beautiful day and celebrate your uniquely beautiful self. Thank you, everybody that joined me on YouTube.